Former Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Gary Nkhonjera has been formally charged with 2 counts of assault following an incident that occurred during the filing in of nominations for the Mazabuka Central Parliamentary seat. Mr. Nkhonjera, who is contesting as an independent candidate, was summoned to appear before Mazabuka Central Police in connection with assault allegations arising from disturbances that took place on the day he filed his nomination papers. The incident attracted public attention after Mr. Nkhonjera was attacked by suspected UPND cadres in full view of the police officers who were providing security at the nomination center. Following the altercation, Mr. Nkhonjera reported the matter to police. However, he was subsequently informed that a separate complaint had also been lodged against him, accusing him of assault. On Monday, June 1st, Mr. Nkhonjera appeared before police and was formally charged with 2 counts of assault. Confirming the development, Mr. Nkhonjera says he is prepared to defend himself in court and is confident that the judicial process will establish the facts surrounding the incident.
It is true that an arrest has been effected with 2 counts of assault, which count we have denied, and we are going to go to court to defend ourselves, and we are very hopeful that justice will prevail. For now, as you know, we all know that I'm not a media freak. I don't like talking to the media unnecessarily. But just to confirm that an arrest has been effected, I have been represented by Mr. Beauty Shanga, State Counsel, and 3 other lawyers, Dr. Brian Kaba, and 2 other gentlemen.
Meanwhile, Mr. Nkhonjera has expressed disappointment over the manner in which he has been treated, saying he never expected to find himself in such circumstances involving people he once regarded as close friends and political allies. He says the developments have been personally painful, adding that he is hopeful that the matter will be resolved through the courts.
From my end, if I knew then what I know now, I'm sure I would have behaved differently. And that I personally did not see the future to be like this. And I can only say that from my eyes, the future is no longer what it used to be. Thank you.
For Crown TV News, Tawanda Munyuki.
Good evening and welcome to Spotlight. Tonight we ask a question that cuts straight to the heart of Zambia's democracy. Should the police think twice before handcuffs click on a politician? Just hours ago, breaking news emerged from Mazabuka. The former Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Honorable Gary Nkhonjera, who is currently contesting the Mazabuka parliamentary seat as an independent candidate, was arrested and slapped with 2 counts of assault. The charges stem from a chaotic clash with suspected cadres during the filing of the nomination papers. Mr. Nkhonjera has denied allegations, but the political shockwaves are already vibrating across the nation. To some, this is proof that the wheels of justice turn on everyone. To others, it looks like a calculated political ambush. Joining me to dissect this particular story and more other stories that are making headlines in this country tonight is our resident analyst, Mr. George Chomba. Mr. Chomba, good afternoon and welcome to Spotlight.
Good evening.
I was trying to see whether you're still here. I'm glad you're here.
I'm here.
I'm glad you're here because you
know
spent the whole day with the Electoral Commission of Zambia attending a very important stakeholders meeting.
Yes, and we are discussing a person participating in politics.
All right. Good evening to you, our viewers. Good evening to you, Mr. Chomba. As you were at the Mulungushi International Conference Center, the police call out that Honorable Gary Nkhonjera had shared with the media last week was being enforced. He appeared before police in Mazabuka, and he subsequently was charged and arrested. 2 counts of assault. What do you make of the arrest of the former Minister of Local Government and Rural Development? But also, police are yet to tell us whether his arrest is in connection with that particular incident where he was blocked and he threw a few mawash geris on that day.
You see, coming from the media, that's where the challenge is. When only one side of the story is told. The police would call. First of all, they issue a call out, and it's shared on public media. Emotions start building up because there are people who are going to react and say, because he's standing as an independent and all those things. And then police keep quiet. Even when an arrest is effected, they are quiet. If they have issued a statement this evening, I haven't seen it. So I share your concerns that we are talking about one-sided story, but it's already in the public domain, and people will be discussing. What I would call for is the police to be proactive in terms of some of these political or offenses involving high-profile people, or even less profile people like us. But issuing a statement so that you prevent certain speculation. It's very important, just being proactive in some of the cases that are coming up. It's a political year. Some of the people are going to use emotions and not think about the police work. If the police don't explain themselves, we have the digital space to deal with in terms of social media coming out. And there are bloggers and people on social media who are experts, so to say, in defending or perpetuating a situation.
In normal police, arrangements, processes, when there's, acts of, when there's a fight between different entities, and both of them report, police are obliged to, execute, investigations on both fronts. In this particular case, if it is that particular incident that occurred in Mazabuka during the filing in of nominations, the people that attacked Honorable Nkhonjera also claimed that they were going to, they're going to report the matter to police, which I would want to assume they have done. and in this case, it leaves police with no other option but to investigate both sides. How does police handle situations like this, where the accused is now accusing the accuser?
Well, police have a responsibility to investigate alleged offenses so that they keep order and peace in society. But if you remember, after the incident, which was again on social media, the people who were taking pictures of people, for lack of a better term, brutalizing the police to come into the polling station. There hasn't been an explanation beyond what transpired on the video, whether the assault happened before the gates, some people pushed themselves through the gates manned by the police. That could have been made very clear. And making something clear could only be if there was a statement from the police at this particular moment in terms of oh yes, we have arrested this one on 2 counts of assault. This is what could have transpired. But if you let it for people or guesswork, so to say, it becomes a problem, because one would be seen to be persecuted in terms of he was the one who was attacked. How can they call him? How can they arrest him? How can it becomes a little bit. So all I am saying, coming from information side of things as a media person, I would like to receive information as quickly as possible, knowing that there is social media. People are communicating on the speed of light. So police cannot remain in the 20 or 30 years ago and just say, we are going to present our information when we go to court. Yes, the police should not be seen to be fighting people in public, but they should now start moving at the speed of light, because the way technology is moving, even in the media, I've said this before. A long time ago, we used to wait for newspapers the following day. We used to wait for TV pictures, even the following day. But what has happened now is when somebody is speaking, you are being watched in Zambia, you are being watched in outside the country, because you are on Facebook, we are on all these platforms which give information to the police. So there should be a little bit of reforms, how organization, maybe not only the police, how information officers and other people talk to the public. But to say this is not to defend the alleged crime which could have been the former minister of local government. All I'm calling for is, can we be proactive in terms of speaking to the public so that they don't form just one narrative? The public at this particular moment, a lot of people are listening to one side of the story, and that is what they are going to preach. By the time you tell your story, you are gone.
Mr. Chomba, there was police action, and even when this incident of the blocking of the former minister happened, you called for a quick, police action and statement as well, beyond the action. We had to take the president of the country condemning the acts, before police could issue a statement. You were very, particular when you say that police needed to have responded quickly. We are in a very, politically sensitive period. We are in the campaign period, and police also want to exercise caution in how they handle certain, matters. When Mr. Nkhonjera was allegedly blocked from entering that nomination center, people were arrested, and charged, and released on bond. He's been, charged, arrested, and released as well. We do hope to see some police, statement before the close of the night. Maybe it is there somewhere, but we are yet to receive that particular statement. But in a situation where emotions are high, every candidate is also looking for an opportunity to gain, mileage of anything. There will be statements, of course, that are going to come from different individuals in the political space, because they want to feast off of what has happened. How then, other than just being quick to respond to these allegations, how else should police treat this period and different cases, and especially in line with the question that we've asked today? Should police be slow on arrest because they need to conduct thorough investigations? But how else should they behave?
Just be professional. I think in the legal parlance, there is this thing they say justice should not only be done, but seen to be done. If, for example, the first people were arrested, what has happened to them? I think the public needed to know the explanation. These are people who were seen, they attack. They are the ones we saw attacking. And if there was a second or maybe another version in terms of being attacked by those people who went to the polling station, at least a statement could have been issued by police. You are not giving any evidence. The only thing you are doing is speak to the public. There is certain information that you can release as the police, which do not point to the evidence that you are going to present at the courts. I mean, simply saying by the commissioner from Southern Province that, okay, what you saw as the public was that Mr. Gary Nkhonjera was attacked and we arrested 5 people. Fresh information that he also attacked other people. So we are trying to investigate that matter. I think you are not giving the evidence that is supposed to be presented before court. But for the police to simply keep quiet, effect an arrest, and people don't know what has happened to the 5, then you come and arrest another person who can go public in terms of speaking. Even if Mr. Nkhonjera was saying, I don't like the media, he was speaking to the media. And what he said is more damaging in terms of politics than what people would think about. Because he said, if I knew what I know now,
I would have behaved differently.
I could have behaved differently. That is not pertaining to investigations. That is a different matter altogether. That is driving in the domain of politics. And people have got their different interpretation. But speaking to the police, they should avoid anybody they are investigating to become political by being proactive, or proactive in terms of speaking over the cases. If the police are seen to be biased, it brings a political connotation to whatever they are doing, and we are in a political season. Any other time you can arrest, you can summon somebody, and we are not. I wouldn't stop the police from arresting anybody who has committed a crime, but coming out and speaking to some of these things is very important in communication. Otherwise, you send a narrative which is negative. Even right now, the police should come out and say, oh, this is what we are investigating, instead of people concluding on what the alleged offense could have been.
I'm going to be opening the phone lines just for a bit, and when we do that and come back from the phone lines, I would love us to get to what people are saying on the ground, because there is a political activist and defender of civil liberties, Nkamba Mwango, who has released a powerful statement following what has transpired today. He argues that this shouldn't be viewed as, in the lens as of the UPND versus PF, but it should be viewed as the test of the rule of law versus impunity. And we're going to be looking at that in the detail, because he's highlighted a number of things, and we'll break down those things in a very short while. Hello, good evening.
Chomba, mwabomba chani andi mwalinda chani.
I'm quite
Chomba.
Mukwai.
Tulakwata insoka ile po kusumaini. Ulabati limoli mwa insoka to challenge that snake. The snake ile po to battle you, then to defend yourself. Nkombo kuli wale kwa wati wale kwa kumusuma nkombo. Ale kwa kuchingira kwa ile insoka tefe kumusuma iyo. Nkombo takwatyo mulando. Ini political, ma politics ya Nkombo takacho mulando. Ada isinyo wati to defend himself at least. Umu itingirira. Nkombo alite bwino. Nomba itofie. Ama politics kinti super sana. But my side Nkombo alite bwino. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that contribution. Hello, good evening.
Mr. Nkhonjera, good evening.
Good evening, thank you, Mr. Banda. How are you?
Okay, Chomba bwanji.
Musha bali bwanji.
Bwino kunyumba.
Tili chabe bwino na imwe kunyumba kulundazi.
Kulundazi kuli makola tikutia nchunga. Anyway, let me go to the point. It's very discouraging, and even after when the head of state has pronounced to say there must be no violence, during nominations, elections, we saw that one. Honorable Nkhonjera, there was no problem that Honorable Nkhonjera committed honestly. Even here, the reactions on the ground, Mr. Nkhonjera, the way the people are reacting over this issue of Honorable Nkhonjera, people are not happy of what is going on. To be very honest, let's be impartial. Let's be very impartial on the way we handle issues. We didn't expect that the police can issue a call out to Honorable Nkhonjera before informing the citizens, ask the citizens of this country how far they have gone with the case of those people that assaulted him. You see, we are confused now. You know, we are being misguided completely in this country. Everywhere, including here. Matapuka is very far from here. But the reactions from people can tell you right now here. People are not happy with what we are seeing. Our country is headed to a direction we do not know now. So I have not much to say, but please, let's handle things the way we are supposed to handle in this country. Rule of law must not be just a mere pronouncement. Let it actualize on the ground, not what has happened. We are not happy, Mr. Chomba. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Banda, for that contribution. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm okay. And you?
Very fine, thank you. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Agwin Ntihanambe. I'm calling you from Chomba.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Let me speak in my local language.
Sure.
Bagari Nkombo banyina ga mboga kanga garenge shoti bagari Nkombo bangu. Ipagu sihagu kamwe ya UPND. Wamba kuti bagari Nkombo bangu mujindi. Chaguti bagari Nkombo mazuva PF bagari kurwanira nkamu. Buri sitazi. So tigere doti bagari Nkombo bangu mujindi chaguti bagabasiyambari baima independent. Ko bamba bwo.
Palumba. All right. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, thank you. Kindly turn down the
Hello,
volume.
good evening, how are you?
Kindly turn down the volume on your TV.
Good evening, how are you?
Very fine, thank you. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Afen Jimanda. I'm calling from Sparta.
Please go ahead.
I think from my own analysis, the police is not doing a good job.
All right.
Because that person was being attacked. And for them to start arresting the person who was attacked, I think it's unfair. If those people didn't attack that person, he was not going to use self-defense. But at first, they arrested the people, which we have no clue where they are. KCN, the party, we have no clue.
All right.
So I think they are treating that man unfairly.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right. Let's bring in our fifth call. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Thank you, sir. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling you from Maninga.
All right. What is your name?
My name is Gordon.
Please go ahead, sir.
Yes. On the issue of the police and Mr. Nkhonjera, I think, one thing is there were two parties that were involved there.
All right.
Which were involved in a confrontation. So the first party that reported the case to the police was attended to first. And the guy Nkhonjera went there after the friend has already reported the case to the police.
So Gary Nkhonjera was caught by the police. And what I don't know, maybe if that other part again, if Gary Nkhonjera reported the issue to the police, those people will be called again. And that's why Gary Nkhonjera is saying the case is in the court. So let's wait what the court will do. And one thing is Gary Nkhonjera, I think what we are lacking with our politicians is we don't want dialogue. Gary Nkhonjera should know that why he was dismissed as a minister, he did something wrong. So you should be very patient. You know, there is a saying which says, when you are living in a glass house, don't throw stones. Because of whatever he did in the past, protecting the party and whatever things, that cannot protect him. Let him just be stable. Let him just cool down.
All right.
Everything will be. But one thing is, he wants to show up that he is whatever, people can recognize him from whatever he did in the past. No, let him humble himself. Everything will be okay. He shouldn't challenge other people. Right. We all know how strong Gary Nkhonjera is, but this is not taking us anywhere. It's taking us nowhere. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for that call from Maninga. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Sid.
Good evening, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right, and how are you?
Very fine, thank you.
You are speaking to Vantel.
Mr. Nchimunya, we are grateful for your call, and it's been a while. Where are you hiding?
I'm around within Lusaka. We can communicate after the program.
All right, we shall engage. But I'm very sure you have something to add to this conversation.
Yes. So, you see, I've followed the comments that are coming from other contributors. But maybe we can ask you this question in the opposite. Okay, I think the contentious issue here is about Honorable Gary Nkhonjera. I think most people are calling, they are not happy in the manner, according to them, in the manner Honorable Gary Nkhonjera's issue has been handled. But let's imagine we don't know what happened. We are not there. And then if at some point he had a clash with another individual who was assaulted, and then this particular individual later on dies out as a result of that, as a result of that maybe assault. What happens? What are the people going to say about the law enforcers or the government? So you see, I think you are very much aware that I'm a former member of the Zambia Police Service.
And I was about to ask you a specific question because of that background, to say, how does police handle matters where both complainants, in this case, if they both complained, report assault?
Okay, so Seidlitz, what happens is this: for example, if you and me has fought, and then if you go to police, you report that you've been assaulted. The assault does not mean having an opening wound that will be visible to people that this person has been assaulted. Any body,
contact,
disturbance, whether slap or what, or even just pointing a finger at you in an aggressive manner is an assault. So if you go to police and report, and they open a docket, the police will investigate to determine whether indeed there was that engagement of fighting and you've been assaulted. As long as you've complained that I've been assaulted, they will issue with a medical report, and the doctor has to go and examine you to determine whether indeed your report agrees with the report from the doctor. In an event that I also go and report, both of us have reported, and if I produce a medical report from a competent doctor to confirm that I've been assaulted, you also produce a report from a competent medical doctor that you've been assaulted. What it means that both of us will be arrested, and only the courts that is going to determine who really committed a crime. Only the courts. But the police will make sure that as long as there's that medical report, both of you have to be arrested. Now, in this case of Honorable Gary Nkhonjera, I think you are aware that Gary Nkhonjera reported to police, and I'm sure there is another member of the community who was involved in that, who also reported to police. And I'm sure the police is in a position of 2 medical reports issued by the doctors. And this is the reason why, obviously, in my own opinion, he was also arrested. And that's my opinion. And that's how the police works. Yes. And I hope that helps.
Is it fair to say that the police cannot determine whether one is guilty or not until the matter is then, before court?
Look, when the matter has been reported to police, the police will interrogate you as a suspect. If you admit that you've committed that offense, depending on the nature of that offense, the police have the rights to charge you and present you before the court. They will not send you to prison. They will not give you any punitive measure. The police has no that authority, but they will subject you to the law of the land, and it's only the lawyer, the courts that will prove you guilty and determine the nature of punishment that you should be given.
All right. Thank you very much, Vantel, for that information.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
All right. We'll definitely call you after the show. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Very fine. Thank you. How are you? What is your name and where are you calling us from?
The mighty Kalaluka, calling from Nambunjo, the voiceless.
All right. Please go ahead.
Comrade, with the politicians, we are now tired of them. If you are in the ruling party, you are untouchable. You saw what happened in the PF. These are some things which happened in the UPND. Those cadres, they are the one who went there and attacked Gary. And the Gary just defended themselves. So now, cadres, they have got more powers than the police, because even the police there, they were just watching helplessly, doing nothing, just watching. But the police, they have to do what? To defend citizens. But they were just overpowered by what? Just what? Mere cadres. These are the things we used to blame in the PF. And now they have what? This surface in the UPND. If those cadres, they never went to attack Gary, this issue it wouldn't have what? Be there. So giving more powers to the cadres, it's very dangerous. This is what the scenario where the UPND are what? They are going slowly. They are giving cadres more powers because the police they're only arrest when the president is issued a statement. That's the way it was supposed to be. So whatever that is going through, it's because he has left UPND. When he was in the UPND, he was an angel. Now he has left the UPND. He's now a criminal. Leaving the UPND, you're the criminal. It's not supposed to be the case. So the police, they must do their work diligently. Not that and just wait for the from the power that be. I thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for your contribution. Mr. Chomba, this is a very, interesting and wide conversation that we are going to have as of tonight. What do you make of the submissions? We just spoke to Vantel, who is a former police officer, and has given a scenario to say if both people that are involved in a confrontation present medical certificates to say that they were injured, the police has got duty to investigate both sides and to also arrest because harm has been done on both sides. So in this particular scenario, of course, we move away from the communication side, where we are saying that there's been a lapse because information by now should have been circulating all over media if the information was properly communicated by police. So putting the communication aspect of it aside, based on what Vantel is saying, and also based off of what our other caller is saying, is the police were present when that was happening. It's not like it happened away from police, but police officers, not one, not two, were present.
I think if we are listening to the callers, even when we are presented by a former police officer,
yes,
that the operations of the police entails, if they are too complex, you need to investigate, and if arrests have to be made, they are made. But and even others who are talking about how the police behaved on that actual day, we are all operating on a platform of less information.
Yes,
that's why when we are talking about police, I'm talking about we are in a state or an environment where there is misinformation and disinformation. So to cut out misinformation and disinformation, we need somebody to talk about it. Even if it's our job to seek the truth, to verify the allegations. But if the police are not proactive in terms of coming out on their own and name the people who have complained and name exactly what the caller was talking about in terms of they have the right to make arrests if somebody has complained against Gary Nkombo and also Gary Nkombo complained about somebody. It will be very difficult for a person in the Northern Province, Eastern Province. So what I'm basically talking about is, please, let's be proactive as we speak to the people so that we have a correct image or correct events which could have occurred to enable the police to also summon Gary Nkombo. Otherwise, what people saw, that is what they are speaking to in terms of narrating the incidences. The police should be firm in terms of let's close the noise and make the investigation. If we have to make an arrest, we do make an arrest. But considering that we are in a digital space, which has developed so much, there are certain people, or there are some people who would like to just misinform the people about what has transpired. That is if you don't come out in the open to speak to the events.
You're watching Spotlight, and we are looking at a very delicate conversation, but one that must be had. Really, we did see incidents occur in Mazabuka, which have led to the arrest at first of individuals that are accused of having assaulted former Minister of Local Government and now an independent aspiring member of Parliament for Mazabuka Central, that is Honorable Gary Nkombo. Today, he was arrested and charged for assault. We are yet to get information from the Zambia police whether it is in relation to the same matter. But because these incidences have happened so much back to back, the conclusion has only been made so far by those watching from the terraces that these matters could be related. And that's where the debate is. And the question that we are asking is, should police be slow to arrest politicians? And this question is there because an incident occurred. The cadres that were involved were arrested almost immediately and charged and released. A couple of days have passed. The politician involved was issued with a call out on Friday to appear today, which he did, and has been arrested, charged, and released after meeting the bond conditions. That's where the question is coming from. We've spoken to a number of people, and like I mentioned, Mr. Chomba, word on the ground. Some of the activists, including Nkamba Lwango, says that we should also have the presumption of innocence
Yes.
as a point to look at, because Gary Nkhonjera is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and so are the other people
Yes.
that were arrested. They are not yet guilty. But in the court of public opinion and social media, the verdict is usually delivered in minutes. Now, how do police navigate that pressure? Because there's pressure that this matter must be dealt with now. In fact, they would want this matter to be in court and done with within the shortest possible time.
I think guidance has been given. Even the police know that you need to investigate and have evidence, solid evidence in terms of before you go to court. So you can have warn and caution, you can effect an arrest, but we hope that the police have got enough evidence in terms of taking the matter to court. Because again, justice delayed is justice denied. If the police do not have enough evidence, they could have ended at a warn and caution and say, oh, warn and caution, we'll call you when we have got evidence. But Gary Nkhonjera himself said, we are going to court. I could have loved sometimes in our work, I would have loved, because he talked about being represented by lawyers. I could have loved maybe a lawyer speaks to the charges so that the journalist would ask. What the journalists were doing is to ask a politician. We don't know, and I'm giving a benefit of doubt. We don't know whether he's able to explain exactly what transpired in the interrogation room. But always, and this is the advice that I can give to my fellow reporters, if there is a lawyer, you go and ask. Also, apart from the politician accused, or the accused, you also ask the lawyer, because you never know, the lawyers may give you a different version of what could have transpired, because maybe those are able to actually explain in detail, or even if not in detail, so that they are giving defense, but the actual charges and what it means. Assault is not a very simple offense. You can go in for years. But let's hope that apart from the side of Mr. Gary Nkhonjera, the police can also give us their version of how he has been charged. For what? Who did he assault? Or how many people did he assault? And what has happened to the person who has been assaulted? So it's very important for the police. They are not giving evidence, but they are being proactive in terms of releasing information which can make people say, let's wait and see what happens in court, and see whether the matter will be sustained in a court of law.
Mr. Chomba, it is also very important to note that, you know, in as much as the million kwacha question is the one we have asked, the speed at which politicians can be arrested, the police operate under a microscope.
Yes.
And every single step, including just the movement of a pen onto a paper, is observed, and they cannot afford to make a mistake, especially now that there's a high-profile politician that is involved. And social media is going to, you know, run amok, because there's going to be so many people tweeting, commenting on Facebook. But professionally, the police are supposed
shrinking democratic space.
Yes, and it's food. It's a meal for politicians, especially, that we are in this period. But police are trained to close their ears and their eyes also from social media and what the public is generally just saying, because they need to focus on the particular matter and make sure that they don't make mistakes before, you know, they act. I think it is also worth noting that that is the case. Now, transparency from the law enforcement and the National Prosecution Authority. One of the commentators has said that it is important that citizens deserve to note that citizens deserve hard facts, not speculation. In this case, the police have been relatively quiet on the specifics. Why the secrecy? Why are they not saying anything? Is it because of what I'm from saying that they don't want to make a mistake?
Well, if a certain challenge has come at the speed of light, yes, you first of all, you need to think about how you are going to conduct your investigations and how the investigations would have been conducted. But here, what I'm saying is, according to Gary Nkhonjera, he has been arrested. Now, for the police to make a decision to arrest somebody, which means they have got the evidence to present before court, because they can't just arrest and then start investigating. Otherwise, the warn and caution statement will be a different thing. But and he himself has said it, that he has denied assaulting anybody. So the expectation from the public is, we have listened to Gary and he has denied, and this is a person who belonged to a political party. He resigned, he's standing as an independent. Police cannot control that narrative of the political angle of what Gary Nkhonjera has decided. I'm not encouraging the police to fall in the trap of speaking like politicians. But in terms of how did they arrive at arresting Gary Nkhonjera, and who did who made a complaint against him? Not that the police should come in details and become the judge and the jury in terms of convicting Gary in the public domain, but simply, the reason why we called the Gary Nkhonjera, we know he issued even the call out was on social media, but for us, this is what we are investigating. There was this complaint, and the public have the right to know, so that they have got a balanced thinking over the matter. So they shouldn't be, the evidence should be a secret matter so that it's presented before court. But in terms of certain information which can be released, if they say we have arrested George Chomba, it doesn't mean even the evidence has been given to the public. So although it's a thin line between the arresting officers and what we are looking for as journalists and the public, it is a thin line which we should use our dissemination skills to actually navigate. Yeah.
Let's have a look into our inbox and just try to see what other brains are saying. You have sent us messages, and we want to read those messages, some of those messages that you have sent. Remember, the number is on the screen. You can continue sending those messages. Good evening, panelists. The Zambia police must act with professionalism. In recent days, we have witnessed violence in full view of the police force. Additionally, they shouldn't be selective in applying force. Evans from Kanchibia. Evans, thank you very much for that message. It would be so nice also when you send these opinions, if you can add context and say there was an incident, for example, in particular area where you mentioned that excessive force was applied. Good evening, my team. I think what the UPND is doing to the former Minister of Local Government, Mr. Gary Nkhonjera, is shameful and unacceptable. Ulufiengo talwawama, and it will not help you. I am Kasembe Gregory, good governance activist in Kasama. Thank you very much, Mr. Kasembe Gregory from Kasama. All right, let's look at another message and see what you are saying. Good evening, Crown TV. The issue of Gary is one of many stories which shows that in Zambia, you're only free when you belong to the ruling party. MK Mutala Ward in Sikongo district. Thank you very much, MK from Kwahai. All right, let's have a look at another message here. Zambia police spokesperson is underperforming and is bringing the name of the Inspector General in disrepute. MS from Dollar. Thank you very much, MS, for that message. Good evening, gentlemen. Gary Nkhonjera is supposed to be campaigning. Arresting him now is viewed as political prosecution, or persecution rather. Many people love Nkhonjera. The police must explain why he's arrested. Only then shall people be guided. Let Nkhonjera be free. All right, thank you very much. Please remember to include your name and location when you send us those messages. Can we read more messages? Good evening, my team. By UPND, mule imbila fe ubuchinga mukonkanye posana. All right, thank you very much for that message. All right, this message now reads, good evening, panel. I am also disappointed with the police actions, but I'm not surprised because one of the UPND officials said that any UPND member trying to stand as independent will manage that one and sort him out. He appeared once again on media very recently and still stands with that principle without apology. Since this many is speaking on behalf of his party, I think we're not safe as a country because this man is freely mobilizing without any police interference. This is coming from Zimandola. All right, thank you, Zimandola, for that message. Do we have more messages that we can read? All right, that is the last message that we can read for now. Mr. Chomba, when we look at this conversation, there's also accountability that comes in, consistency in accountability. The argument is simple. If we demand accountability from opposition leaders, we must demand the exact same standard from ruling party officials. So let's tackle our main topic in this manner. Should the police be slow to arrest politicians? If they move too fast, they are accused of playing politics to disrupt an election. If they move too slow, they're accused of giving a pass to the powerful. Where is the sweet spot? What sort of measure should the police have?
I've always argued, I've always said, when a politician commits crime, he's no longer a politician, he's just a criminal. Just like when you are a journalist, and then I steal money from the company, I become a criminal. So there's no way people can say, oh, crime TV, this is what they do, and all those things. It's myself. So you need to treat all criminals, whether in the opposition or in the ruling party, the same. That way you become consistent as a police in ensuring there is law and order. But when people start seeing certain acts of, if it's the opposition person, he commits a crime, quickly is bundled in a vehicle, quickly certain things happen. And then the following day they look at the ruling party person. Then people see that this crime has been committed, or this person is suspected to have committed a crime. And then the police start looking away. Then it becomes a problem. Then what would happen is, if the president is making a command of, I don't want lawlessness, then the police will be dilly-dallying in terms of acting. Then it doesn't give the public confidence that something is being done. Well, if the police are investigating a criminal offense, even if the president says, can you arrest criminals? They can come up with a statement and say, we are still investigating. Even if you are not answering back at the head of state. But the above everything else, the police should show, especially now when we are going towards election in the next 2 months, where whoever commits an offense is treated just like any other person who has committed an offense.
Could minister?
In fact, the why the media uses the former minister. We want people when they hear on television, former minister. He's former minister, yes. So he has just become, the respect that he received is that he held office at a certain point. But at this particular time, as we are speaking, he's as ordinary as any other person until people can give him a ticket to go back to Parliament. But even those who were arrested earlier, what I'm talking about is we should have known as the public how far they have gone. You don't take so many weeks. You are not telling the public, but you are investigating a related incident, which you later explain and say, this is the incident which happened at the same time. Then people will start asking, but what have you done with the first incident? So police, for me as a person who is in the media, what I would love to hear from the police is actually after they have made an arrest, if both sides have been arrested and they are about to go to court, they simply say, everybody, we are taking them to court. When? It will be on the 5th of June or 6th of June, so that people understand this is how the police are moving. So it's the delayed information which I'm worried about. And the police can deal with criminal offenses, allegations of crime, and all the other thing. But give me the information when it's supposed to be given to the public.
All right, let's try to bring in some more calls. You can call in. The number is on the screen. I would love to hear your thoughts on this particular question that we are running with tonight. A little later, we're going to look at a case that comes up tomorrow concerning the over 100 independent candidates, including the person that is in question, Honorable Gary Nkhonjera, that have been taken to court for getting nominated to stand as member of parliament, as independent member of parliament, when they did not resign from their various political parties. We've seen resignations follow after that announcement, but then that matter comes up before court tomorrow. The court has 21 days from the day that matter was, raised to determine the outcome. Are we going to have 100 less candidates on the ballot? And I'm told that they are adding more people to the list after investigations. So are we going to have 100 less? Are we going to have them still maintained on that, ballot paper? Is a question that we have. The courts have 21 days to determine whether these independent member of parliament, aspiring members of parliament, are still going to contest. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening, thank you. How are you, sir?
No, we are very fine, though it's here in it, it's a bit cold.
It's also cold in Lusaka. How many degrees is it that side?
We can't tell. Some of us, we are just indoors now.
My goodness. Please tell us your name and go ahead.
Mr. Trevor.
Mr. Trevor, we're grateful. Please go ahead, sir.
People, it's better they should be open, the police officers.
All right.
To inform the nation, to inform the citizens. They must not leave room for the citizens to start analyzing, because they might come up, or they can end up coming with the wrong perspectives. So, in short, what I'm trying to say, you see, for example, I can give an example for what happened to Mr. Fred Mende when he uttered those remarks against Mr. Lungu, and he was charged. They disclosed to the nation, no, we are arresting Mr. Mende for saying these words which were against the president. And the citizens understood. No, in this Kanyama by-election, Mr. Sampa said these words were giving him a charge. People and citizens are following up. They are blaming, oh no, Mr. Sampa, I can't be saying such words. No, he's wrong. Let him be punished. You have seen. Now, in this incident, now they are just quiet. They are not saying anything. Oh, how do people start trusting them? They are making people to lose the confidence in them when it was not supposed to be the case. You have seen. They must be fair to every citizen, regardless of the party, whether it's a ruling party or opposition party. And they should be informing the people at the right time, not delaying unless people they start pushing for the information. That's not good. That's all I can say, sir.
All right, thank you very much for that contribution from Teji, where it is so cold this evening. It is equally cold here where we are. But let us know what your weather is. The weather is where you are. Hello.
Good evening, Mr. Chomba.
Good evening.
Mkwaimwa bomba shani andi mwalinda shani.
Mkwaimwa wele nipo.
Mkwaimwa Chomba wetu.
Mkwai.
Andi na wachitamwino sana. Ero gari sinaba mpona kukoti ngati mwati mutonto mweta nipati uwine unani chavinga wine chavinga one side randa kwati ni wa PF. Ero one side ni UPND. Kwa chavinga na mbafira kumutwala kukoti.
Pamlando wanshe.
Kukoti chavinga, pantu chavinga na nkwe. Naena kuti one side ni wa UPND, one side ni wa PF. Eto ndewa judiciary, kairi mwina muna Mzambia. Umake timpukwe, ojo ni timpukwe, umake timpukwe ulia. Aba mwikwe timpukwe, alipa, from murder to manslaughter, ero bayapa, ero, unanika naga kinga, wadi keno kumpuya pa beo. Judiciary, if you never straight, please, judiciary, if you never straight muna Mzambia, kairi straight judiciary yesu muna Mzambia. Thank you very much.
All right, Tuatasha Sana, I really wanted to understand that part of the conversation, but just for the sake of clarity, kanabesa mwachilatuma. Vachavinga valandati ni va member wa PF, lelo PF yavo, kai PF yavo magrupa yapu sana. PF yavo yali ba mu relationship na UPND. So what kwata alliance, pali PF ya vachavinga na PF ya wa UPND. So bali minina vena pa ticket ya wa UPND pamulando wakwebati bali wa mu alliance. So it's very difficult at the moment when you say police must move in. How will police move in that particular situation? I think we must look at matters also in such arrangements where it's very difficult for police to just engage when there is a relationship that is being established and there are court battles and, there are documents that Chavinga is also holding, which he says he's PF president. Another person claims they're PF president. Other people also claim they're PF president. So it makes it very difficult. I think that's what also made it very difficult for the Speaker of the National Assembly, to determine, because she couldn't pick a side. She's also not, at that point, a court that is going to say, the PF president is this one.
Yeah.
It makes it very difficult for, even the police themselves to move in any particular manner in these situations.
Yeah, I thought when he was talking about Chavinga, he was going to the case which you are touching on. That is Isaac Mwanza, a member of the civil society, has gone to court.
Yes.
Where he's talking about those standing as independents, but not having resigned from their political parties, the matter which comes up tomorrow. Now, there's still 2 months remaining before the election.
Yes.
It's the Zambians themselves who made, if it's a mistake, only the court can interpret that. And we hope the courts are coming out with a decision that is the Constitutional Court. Whether these 100 members of parliament would like to resign or they would like to go as independents. But that is a decision that can be made by the courts.
And as of the last 26 minutes, there is now a report coming from police. We're going to be reading that report in a few minutes, where they're talking about assault occasioning actual bodily harm. But as we do that, let me bring in Woinonge from Livingston. Woinonge, good evening.
Good evening, Sage. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. It's good to hear from you.
Indeed. What Chomba was trying?
Doziande. All right, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so annoyed. I'm really extremely annoyed about Gary Nkombo's arrest. I can't believe this is happening to Gary.
All right.
I can't believe it. Nimfura sana taking London with my party background, like any Nimfura sana everyone.
All right. Thank you, Woinonge, for your submission.
I can imagine.
All right. We're going to be reading a statement from a statement by the Zambia police. And based off of that statement, we want to believe there is, new information that the police has shared or is there. We're going to be reading that statement in a few minutes for now. But for now, let me bring in one call. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yes, hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
Very fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right.
All right, kindly tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yes, I'm calling from Kitwe.
All right, what is your name, sir?
I'm George.
All right, George, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think I just want to make my contribution, and I've been trying to call this line each time when I'm watching Crown TV.
We're grateful that we've managed now.
Yes, and looking at the topic which you have written there, should police be slow to arrest politicians? I think for me, I'm very disappointed as a Zambian, looking at what is happening in our country. Because many of the times you find that if you're a politician belonging to a ruling party, you are immune to anything you do. But immediately you have found that you are on the opposition side or independent, the law will follow you. This is very disappointing, and I don't know where we are going as Zambia at the end of the day. Look at Nkombo, the way he fought for UPND and where UPND is today. And not only that, when you look at the situation, all of us, we watched what transpired. Unless they are police, they are saying there is another case which has come up. There is no way a person who is trying to defend himself then being arrested and being taken to court. Those guys who attacked Gary Nkombo, they shot them within the shortest period of time in the police cell, and we don't know what has followed next. But the person was being attacked, arrested and being charged, and waiting to go to court. I think for me there is no fairness. And why is it that most of the politicians whom we look at, who can do checks and balances, who can also maybe challenge the current government, they're being taken to court, they're being jailed. We understand that if they have done something wrong, yes, they are not immune, they are human, and they are also Zambian. But what is pertaining now, I think it is not right. Just now we are looking at, is it Xavier Chungu, without, is it police bond or bail, which is more than 48 hours now. So for me, I think my submission is that what is happening with the current government, there is no peace, there is no justice in our land.
Right.
And we don't know where we are going. And I hope people are able to see, especially this time of elections, we don't need people like this to rule Zambia. No, it's not fair.
All right, thank you very much for that contribution. And time now for us to look at what the Zambia police has said just this evening. Statement has been issued by Zambia police, and it reads: assault occasioning actual bodily harm, Mazabuka district. The Zambia police service in Mazabuka district received 2 reports of assault occasioning actual bodily harm, or ABH, at Mazabuka Police Station on May 20th, 2026 at 11:25 hours. Right? The incidents are alleged to have occurred on the same day as around 09:25 hours at Mazabuka Civic Center in Mazabuka town. In the first report, Mr. Bilden Shaloba, aged 50, of Waterfalls area in Lusaka, alleged that he was assaulted by Mr. Gary Nkhonjera and his supporters. As a result of the alleged assault, he sustained a swollen left hand, back pain, and general body pain. He further reported that in the course of the incident, he lost 20,000 kwacha. In the second report, Mr. Emmanuel Mwemba, aged 36, of Nkabika compound in Mazabuka, alleged that he was assaulted by Mr. Gary Nkhonjera and his supporters. He reportedly sustained a swollen right little finger and a swollen right arm after he was allegedly struck with unknown objects. Brief facts are that on May 20, 2026, at around 09:25 hours, the two complainants went to Mazabuka Civic Center to support Mr. Vincent Lilanda, who was filing nomination papers to contest the position of Member of Parliament for Mazabuka Central constituency under the United Party for National Development ticket. It is alleged that while there, Mr. Gary Nkhonjera and his supporters questioned their presence before allegedly assaulting the two complainants. Following the reports, police instituted investigations into the matter. On May 29, 2026, Mr. Gary Nkhonjera was summoned through a call-out, and on June 1st, 2026 at 14:10, he reported himself to Mazabuka Police Station, where a warn and caution statement was recorded. He's been charged with two counts of assault occasioning actual bodily harm, contrary to Section 248 of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the Laws of Zambia. He's since been released on police bond. Further details will be released soon, issued by Mono Namalongo, Commanding Officer, Southern Province. Mr. Chomba, there is new information that the police has released, and the new information is that the people that Mr. Nkhonjera alleged assaulted him are claiming they were assaulted, and this now is at two different times. One was assaulted at 09:25 hours, where the other was assaulted around 11 hours.
What I can say, this is the way we should operate as, it gives me confidence to comment on it. Even if I can see many holes in the police statement. But at least they have given us a statement that somebody complained. When you look at the Electoral Commission calendar, and if you look at how time was being allocated, even at Mulongoshi, the Electoral Commission of Zambia gives about an hour.
Yes.
At what point were they clashing? If you have to talk about two groups clashing, this member of parliament and the other person and all those things. So, but it's a good statement from the police that the same people who are alleged to have assaulted Mr. Nkhonjera are the ones who actually complained against him. Since the matter hasn't gone to court, where facts are supposed to be presented, we can only say if the police had issued a statement much earlier, some of the social media writings could have been different in terms of presenting the two sides of the coin. But also, if somebody is lying in terms of We were also assaulted. That's why we did ABCD. There is also a criminal offense of giving false information to a public officer. But we can't judge. We can only wish the police the best, that they have got information. Mr. Nkombo is a complainant and the other person is a complainant. How they handle the matter in the courts of law, that is not our work, but we can only judge the statement which has been released.
The police had issued a statement earlier, and I've been trying to get my hands to it, where they said 5 suspects were arrested following that attack on the former Minister of Local Government and Rural Development. And we did see videos of some of those people being paraded at police. Later, Mr. Nkombo said he'd been informed that those people were arrested and that they had been released. He gave a statement and said that this was a public show when they brought those people and presented them before cameras. And he was hoping, really hoping, that this matter would be allocated. And in the statement, I remember very well, he was happy to mention that this matter has been allocated, meaning that there's a court date that has been set for this particular matter. That was in his case. So we await yet to see what this new case is going to be. But also for me, what is interesting, Mr. Chomba, is the difference in times. And you've mentioned that there was a nomination timetable that would indicate at what time which candidate was going to file in to avoid clashing. There was like an hour allocated to each candidate. Now, to have a situation happen at 9:25 and another one happen at 11 or past 11, this is 2 hours. What could have happened? Was that commotion? At that. This is the investigation now. Police say they have undertaken, and details of that investigation have led to this arrest. Meaning, maybe that police have got more information than you and me, Mr. Chomba.
From the beginning, I've said the best thing is for police to issue a statement, and they have issued a statement. What happens in court is a different person who is a magistrate or a judge, so to say. And the public can only, again, examine the 2 statements from Mr. Nkombo, what happened in the videos, and also what the police are issuing as what their investigations are, although at the moment there are allegations until somebody is convicted. But let's wait and see. But I like it that even if it's after 20 hours, a statement has been issued. But police should be very mindful that some newspapers, some people go to bed. I'm talking about a newspaper. Maybe right now, people could have printed the newspapers, and tomorrow they will be thinking, the media houses don't like us. How come they didn't present our side of the story? But at least we are giving you the latest from the police, and people should start forming up their mind in terms of who is being truthful here. Is it the police, or is it the other person accusing Mr. Nkombo, or is it Mr. Nkombo? And you see, one thing that I can tell you, every time party cadres are involved in a fracas, you find, I lost 20,000, I lost so much money. If they have nowhere to take the money, they should donate it to me.
Mr. Chomba, it is one thing to sit on the outside and see someone attacking another person and conclude that the person is guilty. When you go to court, it is a totally different, affair. You have to prove a number of things. Even the videos that we see have to be proven that they were not doctored. The videos have to be proven. There's so much that goes on in a court of law. So it is right to say, like you have rightly said, that the people involved, Honorable Nkhombo, is innocent until he's proven guilty.
Yeah.
The 5 that were arrested, the 2 that have, claimed they were assaulted are equally innocent until the matter is proven before court. So we have to wait for the due process of the law and avoid, jumping into conclusions, even based off of videos that we see, because if you don't prove your facts right before court, it is a problem, because now Mr. Nkhombo has to present witnesses and has to present a medical report that indicates that he was physically injured. And if he's done that, there's so many other processes that the police has to, follow, and the court will have to follow. But similarly, the other 2 individuals that are claiming to have been assaulted and robbed of 20,000 kwacha must equally prove that they were beaten and that the person that beat them was Mr. Nkhombo or Mr. Nkhombo's supporters, and they must provide this proof before court.
It would be nice for the police to tell us when the court, actually these cases will be taken to court, because this case has become now a matter of public interest. We would like the journalists to be around so that they report what would transpire in court, instead of forming their conclusion based on the statements from the police, the videos that they saw. It would be nice for journalists in Mazabuka to even around the town, even from Lusaka, to go and give an account of what would transpire in court. Although my fear, again, on the other side, is these are stories which become political because people would have taken a certain side. That's why you see some of these cases should not just come out because reporters are writing. These are political cases which should be beamed live, just like we are watching in South Africa. A case comes up and people, they televise and people are able to see for themselves. When the Chief Justice actually was appointed, ratified by Parliament, and he was sworn in at Parliament, the first statement he issued was, let's modernize the judiciary and ensure that some of these cases are televised. I've only seen one case, that is former President, may he so rest in peace, Edgar Lungu, was televised. The other case was the retirement of one of the Supreme Court judges. Some of these cases, if we bring them to light and allow the media to be in the courtroom so that people can see for themselves who's telling lies, the public would be satisfied that justice is not only being done, but seen to be done.
Right, Mr. Chomba, I mentioned as we wind up with the show tonight, this phone keeps ringing. Unfortunately, time is almost up. We mentioned that there are over 100 members of parliament, rather aspiring members of parliament on independent tickets, have been taken to court for having not resigned from their political parties. And Article 51A is being cited to have been breached. This article says a member of parliament, an independent member of parliament, shall not belong to a political party and shall not have been a member of a political party for at least 2 months before the election date. This is what is being challenged. The matter comes up before court tomorrow. The court has 21 days to decide whether we'll have 21 invalid, or rather 100 plus invalid candidacies.
Well, excuse me. When a citizen is not happy with a certain decision or with the constitution, that's why the interpretation of the law is vested in the constitutional court. You have the right to go to court and seek redress. In this case, Isaac Mwanza is within his right to take the matter to court. But this is what was supposed to be changed. If you people remember in Bill 10, Bill 10 did not succeed. In Bill 7, this is a matter which was discussed, but it never went to amendment because the actual reading is you must have not been a member or you